Welcome to the fun side of hell. I am your host Lucifer, and today we are coming back to Sounds of Hell Love. Now we are continuing where we left off in the last episode. We are due to go to Carrie's house for dinner. We just had a lovely day out at the city and the library, then went for a walk around town. We found out that Carrie has a nicer harp than the one she saw in the city, so we are going to her house for dinner. So let's go and find out who her dad is. If that is Carrie's house, she has a very nice house. She has a balcony, she has a garage, she has a window, amazing house. The cool late evening air brushes my bemused face. Carrie and I idle outside her house, a rather plain and generic building. That is a nice house, don't call it plain. The thoughts of her living in an elaborate mansion dissipated from my mind. The building is nothing short of a nice house. I just expected that it would be fancier. True, 'cause she does seem like the kind of rich person. Um, Very rich, actually. With the harp and everything. So, let's get in.
Should we go inside?
No, I was just gonna stand outside all day. Carrie calls out to me from my side, giving the signal that she's ready to go in. Alright then. She's composed, a contrast with her prior shyness, though the bloom of her red on her cheeks is still all too apparent. It's a thing that will always suit her. Certainly. Our shoes meet the ground in unison, her taking a step forward into a place she's accustomed to, me, however, walking into a new experience, something cherishable. I've been to people's houses plenty of times, just not any girls. Nope, can't say I haven't. I have. I know for a fact I have. Standing before the door, a thought flutters into my head whilst Carrie's fingers wrap around its silver handle. Coming here, I'm bound to meet her family, aren't I? Did she even tell them that she planned on inviting me over? If so, I would have done a lot more to make myself look more impressionable. Dude, you probably look fine. I'd just show up in this, a hoodie, a t-shirt, jeans, fuck you. Caressing the handle lightly, Carrie twists her key delicately and puts it down. The warmth from the inside soon meets us as bit by bit the door opens, Carrie taking the first step through, escorting me in. This is a nice house and a nice plant.
Well, we're here.
Indeed we are. Carrie's smile is one of many treats I've been given today. She plays with her hair, eyes directed towards me, anticipating a response. Now that we're under a brighter light, I can see her face much more clearly. I still can't get enough of it. Despite being lost for words, one thing does make it out of my mouth. You look pretty cute. Oh, that was a bit awkward. Carrie is instantly taken aback, looking as if she's trying as hard as she can to muster up a response. I have to voice father. I don't know what voice to give you. I think we'll go deeper and more serious than the father voice. Thank you. I made her myself. A suited man appears out of the blue, startling me slightly. It's natural, of course, him appearing, that is. It's his house, of course it is. Getting caught off guard like this isn't a virtue. This must be Carrie's father. The man himself, a foreigner like Carrie, carries a thick accent that differs from hers. They're Welsh. I can't do a Welsh accent. I have tried. It doesn't work for me. But Carrie seems to be a lot more understandable. At least when she does speak. The majority of time, her sentences are broken into pieces as she stumbles around her words. A hindrance, but a fairly cute one at that. Her father's voice, however, is grittier and gravelier. It's not as stereotypical as the accent is portrayed as by far, but hearing him speak Japanese would probably mortify me. Well, that's a bit weird, but I like it. Luckily enough, we're all used to speaking English. You must be that friend Carrie has told me about. She was really keen on having you over. Okay. Are they gonna murder me? Am I never gonna leave? Carrie blushes at her father's statement. It's not like Carrie to bring me here on a whim, so I wasn't wrong in guessing that she had planned this evening in advance. Yes, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Erwood. My pleasure. I am glad you are getting along so well with my daughter. I hope the voice is right for him. That seems like the kind of voice he'd have. It's understandable that he is. After what Carrie had told me, she had never made any friends during her stay at our school. Being a parent and seeing that would leave anyone concerned, though the opposite is true as well. Knowing your daughter's first true friend there is a guy has probably left him having a couple of questions. Even though he seems fairly friendly, I wouldn't blame him if he had any suspicions. The one thing that is quite odd is the absence of Carrie's mother. Not that she couldn't be in work. It's just odd that Carrie hadn't brought her up. I have a bad feeling about that. She never talked about her father either. It's a nice thing to meet her family. In a way, I'm learning more about Carrie herself than anything. Her experiences and those close to her. I guess her family is all she has when outside of school. At least until I came along. I still feel inclined about asking her where her mother is. It's weird, but my mind can't help ruminate over her. Probably not a good idea to ask. Carrie herself must have had an attractive mother to turn out the way she is, though I wouldn't tell her that. I'm not an expert in genetics either. I'm not. Well, I can't help it. She's a really interesting person. Good idea. A nice one, too. Go with the safe options. Carrie reddens at my statement. At this point, anything I could say about her would make her blush. Not only because of her timidness, but there's nothing negative to say either. I'm glad you think so. I'll go ahead and set the table. Make yourself feel at home. Just leave your fucking pants on. Though don't make it your home. I'd expect you to pay rent otherwise. Good joke there. I don't think that was a joke. His joke is lost on me. It's supposed to be a joke. But I still draw a smile on my face and to act polite and feign a response. I look weird when I smile. I shouldn't do that. Carrie herself seemed pretty amused by the joke, covering her mouth to seal her faint but girlish giggles. I guess dad jokes are only effective when they're actually coming from your father. Mine acts like one big joke himself half the time. Mr. Erwood leaves the pair of us standing by the doorway, giving me the chance moment to converse with Carrie in private. I wanted to ask her about her mother, though whether I should is a questionable act in itself. I fucking hate this. I hate when they give me choices like this, 'cause I don't know what to ask. I don't want to ask. You see, okay. I don't want to ask because I get the feeling her mother may have passed away. Or her parents are divorced and her mother lives in a different country. So that's why I don't want to ask. But I kind of do because I want to know if I'm right. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay, we're going to ask. Just because I'm very curious on if I'm right. And I don't want to not ask and then not know. So, we're going to ask. I'll ask. It's something I'd like to know. Leaving it unanswered will just make me more inquisitive as the night goes on. It might not be polite, but it's a surefire way to get an answer. Oh, I really don't want to know. Carrie, where's your mother? Is she still at work? I really don't. I really have a bad feeling that she's passed away. Carrie stalls her answer, looking at me disdainfully before turning her head outside, a sharp contrast with what I am normally used to. She is, isn't she? The elephant in the room is making itself increasingly apparent. There's no elephant in this room. Good, because I better start fucking paying rent. but I don't think addressing it did any help.
I don't want to talk about her.
Okay,
Come on, let's go in for dinner.
I shouldn't have asked. Carrie bitterly avoids the topic, walking into the room ahead. Now I'm even more curious, but I get the feeling with that response she's probably not dead. So at least we know something. Her mother might. I don't know why I'm pointing. Anyway, I I really get the feeling she might have died. Well, I don't get the feeling she's died anymore. By the way, she probably left. I'm guessing she left. Given that response, it's possible she left. Bringing up her mother has definitely upset Carrie. I'd be an idiot if I didn't notice that. The gritty harshness between Carrie's typical sheepish personality and the rough defensive Carrie I just saw, nothing can clear the thought from my mind. Certainly what I did was wrong, but standing here drowning and dawning on it won't do me any good. Any better. Now, I'm going to save. Now, usually, in a moment like that, I would just reload and go with the other option. But, for the purpose of the playthrough, I'm not going to do that. All I can do is hope the Carrie will have forgiven me whilst I step forward into the dining room to join the Airwoods in their evening meal. That is a very, very nice kitchen, bedroom, kitchen, living room. I've never been to a house with that. Anyway, the dining room is spacious, the walls plastered with Western decor and sports memorabilia. The table, mahogany, makes itself distinct as light reflects off its polished finish. It looks expensive, topped with various plates and cutlery, more than ready to present whatever it is on the menu today. Carrie's father had never told us what it was that we were having.
We like to keep touch with our heritage. Outside, we try our best to adapt, though.
I didn't ask, but thanks for the info. Carrie must have caught me gazing around the room. Ah, that's why. Several photos of sports teams line the walls, possibly rugby, by the looks of it. I'm sure it's a national sport. Yeah, it is, I think. I know Wales I think Wales are more into rugby than football or soccer as Americans call it. I think they're more into that. Um for anyone I'm not saying anyone doesn't know, but for anyone who is curious or doesn't know what rugby is, it's basically like American football. I don't fully understand the rules. I don't really follow sports much. But I do know that's the easiest way to describe it. It's like American football, but without the helmets and the padding and stuff. I'm just gonna move on. Look it up on Google if you want a better idea of what it's like. But that's pretty much my understanding of it. Because again, I don't really follow football or sports or rugby or sports at all. Anyway, she must have had a hard time adapting to a new country. Though I'm not sure how long she's been here. I'll refrain from asking. Now is the time. Pardon me. I'll refrain from asking. Now is the time to savor the moment with her. Pardon me again. Now is the time to savor the moment with her. I can understand. Connecting with your heritage is an important thing. It really is. The only reason I go to art school is to do just that. My mother made me. Come to think of it, I've never told Carrie about me being half English.
Your heritage. You're only half Japanese, aren't you?
Maybe. Maybe I'm half American. You don't know my life. I don't look like the typical Japanese male by any sense, so it was only reasonable that she would conclude that. I'm half English, though I've never actually been there. I live there. It's not really that nice. Born and raised in Japan. I wish I was.
Interesting. Your English is pretty good.
Thank you. It's my first language. My second language is Satanism. Probably can be misunderstood. I'm not a devil worshipper, even though I am the devil. I'm not. I don't worship myself. I'm gonna move on. Well, my father made me learn it every day. Even though he's Japanese, I'm sure he thinks he's English, though. He only reads and publishes books in English. He even married an English woman. I'm sure he would have moved there if his company needed someone to act as a foreign representative. Thanks. Oh, that's adorable. I was gonna read that, and then I heard giggling, so I just had to listen to that because it's so adorable. Yes, Carrie giggles at my awkward response, with the two of us sitting down at the table together. An act I'd never have expected to be doing with her not even a week ago. Things have gone by so fast, it's unreal.
You know, I enjoy spending time with you.
And I enjoy spending time with you. And all of you. Watching at home. I love you. Hi. Moving on.
I didn't have anyone to speak to like this before.
Oh, Carrie.
This week has been fun. Thank you.
Lucifer. Oh, I love Carrie so much. Come on, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I keep forgetting to ask, but let me know your thoughts on Carrie in the comments below. Carrie unexpectedly gives me her gratitude. Stifling me slightly as her words cause my face to go red. At least I'll assume it is. I can't really tell. Inside I am blushing though. A blush caused by Carrie, when it's usually me who makes her blush. Still, her boldness isn't lost on me, in a social sense at least. Carrie is trying her hardest tonight to make me feel welcomed. She's probably savoring the moment herself. I'll take the initiative and thank her. My pleasure. I've enjoyed it. Carrie herself blushes, though I've... will you stop doing that finger? Jesus. Carrie herself blushes, though I feel as if it's more of an appreciative one, rather than one of embarrassment or shyness, one that with more importance to it. Mr. Earwood, Carrie's father. Really? I thought it was her uncle. Anyway, I'm making jokes. Shut up. I'm not good at it. Walks back into the room carrying a plate in each hand, both of them topped with the same meal. Pig's head. Beef, diced potatoes, and a selection of vegetables, all topped with gravy, even though neither of us asked for any. After a long but undoubtedly enjoyable day out with Carrie, I have found myself craving a nice meal. Maybe it's just the smell, but it's certainly something I can appreciate. This entire day has led me to find myself closer to Carrie, with her closer to me. She wouldn't have thanked me for being her friend otherwise. Nobody else has done that, though I've never had many friends myself either. Moving schools would usually worsen my situation, though I found myself meeting Carrie from doing so. There are no complaints. The three of us begin on our meals, quieting down to focus on our own plates. The taste matches the smell. The rich beef complements the soft potatoes as the two amalgamate on my taste buds. I don't fucking know it. Sorry, my mouth's watering at the just the thought of the food they're eating. That's probably why I couldn't get amalgamate out properly. That and I couldn't read it properly. So I bet. Oh, sorry. So I bet you're wondering how a Welsh family came to Japan then. Not really. I wasn't exactly, but avoiding this dining table talk wouldn't make me look good to Carrie's father. I hear that getting a work permit is pretty hard, so getting permanent residence must have been quite a feat. Is it? Is it really that hard? I don't know. I know I was looking up for America a while back because I was considering moving to America, because at the time I was dating someone from America, so um, really glad I didn't do that. Not because of America, but because of her being a slut. Yeah, more information on Lucifer. Oh, trust me, it was. Originally, I was supposed to be only. Originally, I was. I can't speak. Oh, trust me, it was. Originally, I was supposed to only be here for a few years and then here. Though I found myself linking the place, so I decided to stay. Seems like he has a well-paying job. If he can afford to migrate here and send Carrie to our school. He seems like a pretty nice guy, to be quite honest. He does, doesn't he? I got it wrong. I was thinking something else. Hopefully he thinks the same of me, to an extent anyway. Being the guy his daughter had just dragged home, I wouldn't want him to dislike me. More so since his daughter is Carrie. Making a bad impression isn't an option. Just as I am about to finish my meal, the sound of ringing chimes through the walls from another room. A phone call? The phone is there. Anyway, excuse me. Let me just take this. Mr. Erwood. Why did the music go off? Mr. Erwood rises from his seat, leaving me and Carrie alone to ourselves once again. It would be rude. It would be a rude thing to say that I am glad he's gone, but it's only because I get to spend extra time with Carrie. Alone, that is. Wink, wink. Carrie remains silent next to me, much to my displeasure. I thought it would be easy to come up with a topic to talk about, but right now Carrie seems disinterested in my presence. A sad look coats her face, despite its beauty, if I could call it that. The fact that her expression has shifted from a once happy and content one to one of desolation is making me concerned. Is her mom on the phone? The cause of Carrie's dejection is soon apparent. Through the walls flows the sound of Carrie's father, a sound of anger. It's the mom. I try to make out some of the words. Why is it my fault? You're the one that decided to ruin everything. Yeah, I'm guessing the mom. Yeah, it's the mom. We have a daughter, you know. Have you ever taken her thoughts into consideration? My own mood plummets, taking in one word after another. This is the reason that Carrie's mother isn't here. The relationship between her parents has been crumbling before her, by the sounds of it. I really don't want to get myself caught up in this. I'm irresponsible, says the one who decided to get themselves shit-faced and pounded by their ex. Wow, that went from cute and funny to fuck off that fast. Wow. It was up here. It was cute. It was beautiful. Then here now. Even further down, down, down. It's so far down it's off camera. The evening should not have gone in this direction. Carrie's father is probably kicking himself now that the dinner has been disrupted. Had been disrupted. It's not very impressionable to argue with your wife in front of guests. I won't blame him for getting carried away. Feeling a tug on my arm, I see Carrie's slender fingers grasping my sleeve as she gently pulls on it. Still carrying that sad expression, the one that hurts me. I'm just gonna quickly config. The music has changed so much. It really sets the mood. I'm gonna leave it up a bit so you guys can hear it. I don't want to see her like this. However, what is going on between her parents concerns me. I don't want Carrie to experience the sadness before that face of hers. Would listening for a bit really hurt? It's none of my business, but my heart is on fire. See, listening in would be, since it's nothing to do with us, it seems kind of disrespectful to listen in, so. And Carrie's really upset. So in that situation, I'm gonna go with what I would personally go with. And that is just go with them immediately because I'd be more concerned about my friend than what's going on with their parents. Carrie continues to pull on my sleeve, conveying her signal to me, one of sadness and sorrow. She must want to speak to me about something. I rest my hand upon hers and I give her a nod, after which she stands with me and the pair of us leave the dining room for the lounge. Coming to a standstill, Carrie turns towards me as we both remain still in the center of the room. Nothing but a small lamp illuminates the space around us, giving Carrie's sad melancholic, I can't fucking pronounce that. I apologize again. Face an orange tint as she looks towards me.
Please, forget about what you heard tonight.
I'm not even gonna say my name in her voice. I am gonna knock the music down a little bit. Oh, there you
I didn't want to get you involved in all this.
go. Oh my god, all I want to do right now is just give her a big hug. I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. I'm not gonna say what I was wrong about. I'm not gonna say what I actually thought was going on. But I was very, very wrong on what I thought. Carrie still looks towards me with those woeful feelings deep within her eyes. Seeing her like this is really upsetting. What we've gone through over the past several days means a lot to me. I'll do anything I can to do. I'll do anything I can do make her happy, even if I can't resolve the issue. Carrie, I don't want to see you like this. Please, if there's anything I can do for you.
Please, just stop!
What did we do? I didn't mean to piss you off. What did I do? Carrie's voice is sharp, as if it is tainted with anger.
It's complicated. I didn't mean to get angry. It's just her.
Carrie. Oh, guys, I really want to give her a hug. Carrie resents her mother. This woman must have caused her so much stress. This process is painful for everyone, but seeing someone go through this, it's something I can't stand. I want to be there for her. Carrie, you're an important friend to me.
Really?
Yes. Yes, really. Exactly.
Okay. I'll tell you.
You don't have to. Never ever feel that you should tell your friends everything. I mean, if there's something you can't tell your friends, then don't force yourself to do it. But just know that no matter what it is, your friends are always going to be there. Real friends will always be there for you. That's all I'm going to say.
You're an important friend to me, too.
I'm glad.
Follow me.
Are we going to the basement? Carrie leads me out of the lounge without giving me a clue as to where it is she's taking me. The basement. She's going to push him in a well. Puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Sorry, game developers. I was only making jokes about, well, if they're watching this. And sorry, everybody else, if I was only making jokes about Silence of the Lambs. I don't actually think it's Silence of the freaking Lambs, alright? Calm down. Clearly, she wants me to know more. She wants me to be there for her. My knees are hurting. Knowing that my words reached her, it makes me more than happy. I'm going to save in a moment. Oh, we're going upstairs. Carrie, a person I have grown to enjoy the company of, is leading me higher towards the upper floor of her house. She's going to push me over the balcony. I'm going to save just in case she does. She probably won't. I'm just making jokes again. Our relationship has blossomed unexpectedly, flowering a friendship between both of us cherished with nothing but pure passion. I can only assume that she is leading me to her bedroom, an action which would be typically suitable for this situation as sorry. Typically suitable for this situation is for me to get flustered over complicating things by assuming the most raunchy and far-off situation. She wants to talk, though. That I can tell from what we were subject to downstairs. It's obvious that she wants to address it. Carrie leads from in front, forcing me to divert my head to an act of politeness, as to not look up her skirt. Just do it anyway. You going to? She can't see me anyway, so she wouldn't know if I did. Now is not the time for that, though. Yeah, she's upset.
This way.
Okay. Sorry, I spoke over her. She said this way. Her voice is firm, as if she has found something inside of her that is pushing her forward, giving her the courage to speak. Inside, though, she must be nervous. The entire situation between her mother and father, wouldn't be something she could easily talk about. I traced Carrie's footsteps with my own as we walked down the hall towards her room. Her body is rigid, filled with a composure of sorts. I can't imagine how long she must have waited for this moment, to be able to tell someone outside of her family circle what her life has been like. an unsettled relationship between her parents, her absence from school, and experiencing pure loneliness. All of that must have accumulated into an emotion of anger and misery, one of sadness. In a way, I'm glad I found her. Though I can't be the one to solve her problems, I want to help her. We walk into a room painted in beige. Carrie goes forward and starts to undo her braids, slowly letting her silky hair fall down straight. I was right, her hair is very long. Sorry. A way I've never seen it. Something different. I like different. Sometimes. I prefer her with the braids, but maybe that's just because it's how I'm used to seeing her. She still looks beautiful either way. Aww, she looks fucking adorable, guys. Good job, art design. Good job, game developers. Carrie rests her glasses on her nightstand, then taking a seat on her bed. Probably shouldn't be sitting like that in a skirt. The pink love heart embellished beddings give off a girlish vibe. I still feel as if they suit her. She herself holds a downcast expression, the smooth skin of her hands clutching her knees tightly. She looks like she's about to cry. It'd be a cute pose if she wasn't plagued by the sorrows of her past, no matter how recent they may be. Although she's got a panty shot. Although saying that, a thin gap between her thighs is visible, leaving her underwear within view. I tried to avoid it earlier, but as Carrie starts talking, it would be rude of me to look away from her.
Thank you.
For what, staring at your panties? Yeah, for what? Seems out of place for me to ask Carrie. Must have a lot on her mind. She must want to say, though I am confused by her gratitude. She thanks me a lot, too often maybe, but this time there's surely more of an important meaning behind it.
For offering to help. It really made me happy.
Aww. Well, that's what you should do for a friend in need. You know, offer to help. Isn't that what a friend should do? Exactly.
Friends. That's right. You're important to me.
And you're important to me. You guys are important to me as well. Carrie goes on, letting her emotions flow out from within.
When we first met, I was nervous. It wasn't even that long ago.
No, by my calculation, it was 5 days.
Do you know why? Why I held myself back?
Because deep down inside you are indeed a devil? No, but surely you can see that you've improved. You can talk to me fairly easily now.
It's still there. On the inside.
The demonic force.
The lack of self-confidence. Even with strangers.
I wasn't far off.
People who don't even know me. Always get that impression.
That you're a beautiful girl who just needs someone to talk to? Carrie still acts as if she hasn't improved. I wouldn't know what she's feeling on the inside, so I can't be one to judge. Maybe it's just me she's gotten better with, which would be a reasonable assumption. I'm the only person that she converses with that isn't within her family. A group of people which is probably limited to just her father. It must have been painful.
It never used to be like this. Though I was always a quiet person.
Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I'm not gonna cry.
In the past, I never really had a good social life.
God, I really want to cry, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
There was this one girl who never really liked me.
Don't do this to me. Not again. No, 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 no. Don't do a Doki Doki Literature Club on me where she gets bullied. Because I will legit not play it. I will carry on playing. I really hope that's not the turn you're taking.
Thinking about it now still makes me feel sick and angry.
No, don't do this to me.
It was 2 years ago.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this to me, game. Come on. I want to ask her why she didn't speak up for herself, though actually asking it would be rather spiteful. I'm going to save in case you give me a choice. I don't want to choose. A lonely girl trying to study for her exams. It would have been quite a stressful time. Knowing the education system, they wouldn't have done much for her. Or didn't. I don't know if she had spoken to any teachers.
The year after, I was pulled out of school by my father.
Oh, come on. Now you're touching on bullying? I mean, it's not a bad thing to touch on. It's a very, very serious subject, and I was bullied, and I don't agree with it, and I think that there should be more done to stop it. I know there's a lot of charities who are trying their best, but I really think that governments need to support these charities as well, because bullying is a serious problem in all around the world, and it has to stop. It really has to stop, and the government should take steps in helping charities to combat that. I mean, I could be wrong, and it's not about bullying, but that again, everything I just said. Sorry, I still believe everything I just said is true. Um, because there, as I say, it is a growing problem, and there doesn't seem signs of stopping. But I really hope that someday, one day, maybe, it will stop.
He knew something was wrong, so I spent the year at home. I told you I was ill, didn't I?
Don't do this. Okay, my theory is that Carrie was suffering from depression per year because of severe bullying. Again, depression is a very serious matter as well. So, that was a lie?
It was. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You were just afraid to tell someone that. Accepting her apology would be wrong. She had a pretty good reason to do so.
After it all, I felt nervous. I couldn't socialize. I feared a reaction.
I'm not gonna cry.
If I went through that again, I wouldn't know what to do.
Seriously, I'm not gonna cry, but I do relate to Carrie in this situation. I was off school for 6 weeks because of bullying. You know, I never wanted to go back. I was forced to go back.
Then I came back and met you.
Oh, so it wasn't easy for Carrie to open up to me. It almost seems as if I forced her to with how quick it has all gone. From a different from a different perspective, I wouldn't be standing here now if she didn't want to get along. Nobody would outright refuse any interaction. It was just hard for her, for an understandable reason. Yeah. It makes me feel happy that she had found what she had been looking for.
That girl had gone, so I went back. But I was still scarred with loneliness.
That's a thing that most people suffer from. It's not exactly pleasant, but you know, I mean, if anybody out there is lonely and does watch my videos, even if it's in the background, hi, I'm here. You know, I'll be your friend. I'm everyone's friend. Come on, talk to me. You know, feel free to drop a comment down below. Click on the Twitter link, follow me, tweet me. You can even send me a direct message on Twitter. I'll respond. You know, I'll always respond. Well, when I can. But I'll always find the time to respond. I promise. Although I shouldn't make that promise in case I can't. But I will always make time for my friends and fans.
Everyone knew me from before and stayed away.
So yeah, anybody who is watching this or just add it on the background. Hi! I need to stop pushing the wrong buttons. Okay, that cut her off, so I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna put on the Carrie voice because I can't. I'm just gonna read it normally. But you were there, and you gave me an opportunity.
That's why I want to thank you for becoming my friend.
I'll be your friend. I'm always your friend.
You mean a lot to me.
You mean a lot to me, Carrie. Carrie stands from her bed, finishing by giving me her warm-hearted regards. It's a thing which she has always done during the time we've known each other. She's usually quite polite. This, however, is something much more than that. Something special, both to her and to me. Thank you. I'm glad I could be there for you. You're an important friend to me too. I told you before, didn't I? Carrie nods and smiles, wiping the melancholic, I don't know how to pronounce that word, I'm sorry, expression clean from her face. It's a wonderful sight. To know that our friendship means this much to her, it really makes me happy.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Carrie. The pair of us stand together in the center of Carrie's bedroom, basking in the presence of the other. Around us is silence, bearing the light sounds of traffic from outside. It's a lovely atmosphere, something which makes me feel warm inside. Will you stop hitting the wrong goddamn button? I don't know what her father is doing, but he must have realized we have gone. Luckily enough, we're not in my house, or my father would be in here the moment we left his sight.
So, I guess you got to see my bedroom.
And what a lovely bedroom it is. I guess I did.
I want to see yours,
It's a bit forward.
though it's probably a bit messy.
Ooh, slag read. Shut in the dark there. Out of nowhere, like an RKO, Carrie throws me a jab, and she stands before me with a complacent grin. She is right, though. My room is a tip. If I ever did have the courage to bring Carrie anywhere near my family, particularly my father, then cleaning the room would be somewhere on the list of priorities. Well, what can I say? You should take pride in your tidiness. Carrie giggles at my statement, an act of familiarity, which I'm glad we could achieve. Moments ago, Carrie was recalling thoughts from a time filled with a wealth of dictionary words. All words are in the dictionary, you moron. Anyway, sadness, depression, loneliness. Those sorts of words come to mind. Yeah, I had a feeling that was where they were going with this, and again, I hope everybody, even with my terrible, terrible jokes, I hope you guys have some. Hope if anyone is feeling a bit sad or just a bit lonely, they have someone to listen to and they have someone to laugh at. Hopefully, we can change the experiences of the past, so in the future she doesn't have to look back on painful memories. If you didn't have that bookshelf, I'd dread to see what your room would look like.
I take pride in my books. Thank you.
I love this.
Though, you're right. I like to look after them, but reading them comes first.
Yeah, it does. There's quite a lot of books there, though. Surely she hasn't read them all. Actually, I take that back. She probably has. That vacant smile as she stares towards the bookcase proves it. In all fairness, she's not the only one with a lot of books in her room. I couldn't even count the number in mine. I can't count the number of manga I have, and I have books as well. All they do is gather dust as my room continues to be treated like a storeroom by my father, cluttering the house with all his publications. Was there ever a time where he actually wrote a book? Putting that thought to the side of my mind, I glance at the alarm clock beside Carrie's bed. It feels as if it is getting late. It's only 2 o'clock. Is it? I don't fucking know. It's actually 5 to 2. 5 to 3 in the morning for me. Anyway.
Oh, ignore the alarm. It's broken.
Okay. It seems as if both had issues with faulty clocks lately. Nonetheless, if it wasn't for that, I thought I would have met her in the first place. Realizing that I am in fact wearing a watch, because I'm a stoop, I raise it up to check the actual time before saying it to myself. Carrie is quick to to the point.
It's getting late, isn't it?
You should go. Yeah, I should probably head back soon. I can't even imagine what my sister might get up to. Carrie smiles, though that wonderful sight quickly turns back into a frown.
I'm sorry about earlier.
Never apologize for that. That's not something you need to. It's okay, Carrie. You don't have to apologize. Exactly. We all feel sad sometimes. In reality, it is her father's duty to apologize, even though I wouldn't blame him for this actions. It seems as if it's Carrie's mother who is the loose cannon. Carrie herself definitely isn't fond of her. Shall we head downstairs then?
Yes, let's.
Oh, I love Carrie. Carrie and I make our way out of her room and down the stairs, leaving behind what was both a special yet somewhat depressing moment for both of us. Somehow. Carrie had to recall a time she wanted to forget, but at the same time it made us closer. I now realize that she didn't even speak much about our family issues, that I can't blame her for. But it was the reason the two of us left the dining table. All I'll have to do now is wait until she's ready to speak about such things. Being able to help her is something I want to do. We walk down the hall towards the doorway, Carrie getting ready to see me off. I don't know where her father is, but I'll just have to speak to him another time. Thank you for tonight, Carrie.
I should be thanking you. I'm glad you came. Despite.
Don't Don't worry about that, Carrie. It's alright. Exactly. Carrie smiles warmly, holding the handle of the door in her hand. I'm sure neither of us is ready to go yet, but I have to get back home nonetheless.
I'll see you on Monday.
She blushes, leaving me to give her a smile in response. I don't think I'll ever get tired of seeing those rosy cheeks. Is this gonna happen? Alright, Carrie. I'll see you then.
Bye.
Do it. Down. Son of a goddamn bitch. Why? Why did you set up? That's mean, guys. You know who you are. That's very mean, setting up for a kiss goodbye on the cheek at least on nothing. That's mean, but I like it. I like you guys. Shutting the door behind me, Carrie and I are now separated. Myself, feeling happy despite the cold of the evening. Her, well, I'm not really sure how she's feeling. In all honesty, I hope she is feeling better. Talking with her really made me feel closer to her. Maybe even something more. I take my steps out of the garden, a pretty one at that, each flower still vibrant in the evening sunlight. It's quite a beautiful sight. It is Carrie's, after all. Are we back at the house? Right. I am going to save. Return. And I am actually going to leave this episode here. Okay, so we got to learn a bit more about Carrie. We learned that I was wrong about something. Again, I'm not going to say what it is. If you guys do want to know, then let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you in the comments. Or in the next video, if that's what you guys want to hear. But anyway, yeah, as I say, we learned a little more about Carrie, that her mom left for whatever reason. Carrie probably feels abandoned. And we got to learn a little more about Carrie's past. Not exactly the nicest of pasts, but, you know, we've all got a past, so not everyone's is as nice and rosy as the other. But anyway, on a better note, we are much more closer to Carrie. And I feel like I'm much more closer to, I believe we're coming up to close to the end of the actual story, so I don't know. To be fair, I thought we were getting to an end there. I genuinely don't know how long's left, so guess we'll find out. But anyway, if you liked what you saw today, by all means, sell yourself to that like button. I have been your host, Lucifer. This has been Sounds of Our Love, and I bid you all a fond farewell.